What's up, guys? My name is Chris Jordan, and I'm the founder and CEO of a company called Omnidek. At Omnidek, we believe we are the Microsoft for the millennial generation. We do a couple of things that are pretty unique, and it's how we apply kind of the greatest features that we see in social media. We apply those to actual mission critical business processes. And the premise is kind of simple, is a company builds their own network. So in the same way that we have friends on Facebook or we have connections and contacts inside of LinkedIn, the premise is kind of the same thing, is that inside of our business we have the employees that work within it. And then we have kind of the ecosystem of relationships, the vendors and the customers and the patients and the new hires and the rehires and terminated employees. Those are what we call relationships, and those are kind of the people in the peripheral. Well, what Omnidek does is it lets you kind of create your own branded ecosystem, your own branded network for where people can come in based upon their relationship and interact with you, and we call that doing work together. But it's group chat about a specific business process that they're in the middle of, right? So this gets rid of email, it makes it controlled and auditable and secure, and it helps you collaborate and communicate like never before. We really reimagined the way companies can do business. And I just wrote an article about how 4 reasons why we think Omnidek is the Microsoft for the millennial generation. But it has everything to do with what the millennial generation is good at and what they're going to crave, is that they didn't grow up on applications that did a specific thing, right? You plug in numbers and you get some result back. We grew up on feature platforms where we can apply, a handful of different features and apply it for a whole bunch of different things. Instagram is kind of an example of this. They do 3 things really well. They let you take a picture, collaborate and comment on a picture, like a picture, and then also you get to see other people's pictures based upon an algorithm. Those are 3 basic features, and people go to Instagram to look at things and research things and kind of keep up to date on news and whatever the interest is. But that's kind of an example of using a core group of features for whatever I want to use it for, right? It makes no difference to Instagram, it's just how I interact with it. Well, we apply the same thing to business by empowering companies to kind of recreate whatever the business processes that make them successful, and then break down the walls of communication and collaboration between anybody in that network. Now, it goes a little bit of a step further. That's a little bit down the road, and this is kind of where we think Omnidek plays in the future. But every company is kind of doing that, right? So every company can create their own network, and so just like you're doing it, the guy next door to you is going to do it too. And this creates kind of everyone creating their own little network, but they're all part of a larger network, which is called Omnidek, because Omnidek was built kind of like a social platform. In the same way that we have pages on Facebook or profiles on LinkedIn, your company is set up like that too. And that's what we think is really going to be game changing long term, is that once we start, everybody starts seeing the value of having their own business network, and then those things multiplying and expanding over time, and people overlapping relationships and navigating between other companies, Omnidek ecosystems. That's where it's going to become very, very interesting. In the same way that we navigate between friends' pages and LinkedIn profiles, we're going to be able to do the same thing, interacting with different people's businesses. And that's what's exciting, and that's why we think that it's an application and an ecosystem that's really built for the future. So I encourage you to keep tabs on us. We think we're moving and shaking and going to disrupt a lot of things down the road. But I just wanted to draw your attention to the article that we just put up there. 4 reasons why we think Omnidek is the Microsoft for the millennial generation. And follow us on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And I'm Chris Jordan with Omnidek.